We're back on the Morning Brew with Friends with Chad, Chuck, Bryce, Hazel, and Donna. Is that everybody?
I believe so.
All right. And these guys are all, this is really, really fun because you're with the, it's the Celtic games. And this is really interesting. I've known Bryce for a long, long time. And Bryce has told me about every spring he goes out and he throws a caber. And I was like, what is that? And he's like, it's a log. And I throw logs for like a competitive reason. And I was like, you got to be joking. You just toss logs around. And sure enough, it's like a real thing, right? And
yes.
So Bryce, what is a caber and how far have you thrown one?
It's not about how far you throw them. Or it's actually an accuracy judgment. So
really?
The point is to get the skinny end, which you're holding in your hand.
So it's a tapered log.
Right, to turn away from you. As if you were on a clock face and you were standing at 6, it should hit 12 for a perfect score.
Oh, so these kinds of things, I wonder, like, where this came from. Was there a reason?
I think it came from woodsmen back in Scotland. They would hew logs and then toss them either over a river so they could ford it, cross it, whatever, or just toss it into the river to float it down. Who knows, really? I mean, it's kind of lost on everyone, but mostly it's...
And now it's just a ton of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And how much does a caber weigh?
Anywhere from 60, 70 pounds that, you know, different folks throw, or up to, there's some that are close to 200 pounds.
Wow, that's amazing. And Hazel, what do you do? What's your event?
I'd actually say caber. I like cabers a lot, and
What's your best score?
12.
12. Is that a perfect score?
Yeah, it's with different
Excellent.
cabers though, because they range.
Right. And then what's your event, Donna?
Well, there are 9 events. You have to compete in the competition. You have to do
It's like
all
an
9 events.
octathlon? Or what would that number be? Just about 9. It's
It's
9.
endurance. It's endurance too.
Okay.
So there are 9 events, and the caber is just the one that most people know about.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
And I vary. I like the sheaf, which is the mini hay bale.
Oh yeah,
that
we
you
have
throw
one
over a
of
bar.
these here in front of the.
Right.
This is the sheaf here, and this is actually that's not actually that light. It's actually pretty heavy.
And you throw it over a bar that is raised, you know, incrementally.
Wow. And
Until you can't do it, and then you're out.
Oh wow. And then there's a hammer toss here.
Right.
And this is kind of a modern looking hammer, but it's got a 12-pound weight on the end of it. Is that right?
It depends.
Correct.
The
For this one.
women's masters has a 12-pound and a 16-pound
Wow.
weight.
And so this is like an all-day thing, right? And you guys go out and it starts in the morning, and is it this weekend? Mm-hmm. It's
Yes.
Saturday, right?
Correct.
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and
All day.
Sunday, all day. And this is the kind of event that you just kind of get to go out and not just watch the athletes, but there's food, there's music. We have a bagpiper here who's going to start in a couple of minutes and show us what's going on. But there's a little bit of everything. There's a bagpiper. And
Well, one of the fun things is that Hazel is 13 and I'm over 65.
so anybody of any age can do this.
Correct.
That's awesome.
And support each other.
Right.
Cheer on.
That's very cool.
yeah.
And I noticed you guys, your shirts all say heavy athlete.
Right.
And does that mean you're a heavy person, or does that mean you carry heavy stuff?
Well, Dan, what it comes from is the different events that used to take place in the Highland Games, and probably still do in Scotland. You'll have light athletes and heavy athletes, and the light athletes would do the light athletics, not necessarily that they were lighter weight, but that they would participate in the things such as the running and those
So
sort of
if
light.
I were to participate, I'd have to run?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not. But then the heavy athletics are the things that we're discussing, like the stones and the heavy events.
So what do you do with that big rock? You just carried this big rock out here, you put it on the coffee table and said, here's a rock.
You throw it with one hand from a standing position without advancing your feet, and
Kind of like a shot put, but without that spin.
starts at 22 pounds,
Oh my God.
and they can be heavier.
Wow.
So-
And then what's the block and tackle thing there?
That's a weight for distance. You spin and throw it for distance. That's the lightweight version. There's also a 56-pound
Wow.
weight that.
And this is the 56-pounder, am I right?
This is the weight over bar, 56 pound.
Weight over bar.
Right, that's the one you throw up overhead over some uprights that look like
And
high
like-
jump uprights.
So everybody has to do this stuff.
Right.
So Donna, what's the highest you've thrown a 56-pound weight?
Almost 9 feet.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't throw the 56.
What do you throw?
If you're in women's masters, then you'd be throwing a 21-pound weight.
Okay. And Hazel, what's the highest you've thrown the weight?
Well, I think I've cleared 11 feet before. I don't know what weight it was. Do you know?
Probably.
Lights?
I think it was probably the 21.
It's probably really heavy. It's probably something. I want to ask Monica, who was our Moms Wear Heels blogger this morning, like what we could do with some of these things. I'm sure there's a bunch of fitness stuff she could figure out with it, right? But the Rio Grande Valley Celtic Festival is this weekend. It's CelticFestABQ.com, and anybody can just show up and do part of this stuff, right? Or do
Right,
you-
they can come talk to me. I'm the athletic director this year, so we have many classes that are full.
Right.
But if folks show interest when they show up, we can gladly work with them.
I love it. And we've got a piper, and you wanted to play us out this morning, and we love it. If you want to take over.
I can do that.
All right. I forget that you have to blow up the. You have to blow up the pipes first. All right, thank you. We're back in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew with Friends. I'm going to see if I can toss that thing at our director here. We're back. I don't think I can even pick it up. It's super heavy.